Welcome to NBA 2K25's dribble tutorial. This is going to have some advanced tips, but also beginner breakdown all together. And to start off hot, I'm going to give y'all a really important tip. So first of all, there's a lot of dribble styles that are bad, and they're not going to let you do this and have more fluid dribble moves. You're going to get stuck and it's going to be a pain. So if you want to kind of have a little bit of speed boosting, right off rip without learning all the new stuff, all you got to do is put on the right dribble styles. I have a tutorial guide for that. Go check it out. It's about speed boosting. Today we're going to talk about speed boosting and show you some tips, but mainly give you the full fundamentals, get you prepped and ready to go for the year, and you can do combinations and do things that are going to work this year. So lock in and let's do it. We're going to start off with something that isn't actually already showcased, which is the Goto Shots. Goto Shots are gonna be amazing dribble moves. I know that sounds crazy, but I'll give you guys just a quick example. This is me just doing the go-to move by holding the right stick up for a second, and it goes into that quick double cross animation. You can see right here, 1, 2. Not a lot, it's nothing special, but if I put on different characters, I'm able to do this and do it well. And I'll go ahead and substitute somebody in and then show you that very quickly. So you can see right here, I have another player. I'm going to do the go-to shot, and it's just 2 little slow motion moves, nothing special. Depending on the player, they have a variety of different play styles. This is my 6'6" right here. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the game and then show y'all this real quick. Depending on what you want to pick, you can see I did a little behind the back and then it goes that way. That is the go-to. Instead of shooting it, all I'm going to do is burst out of it. I could also just use this to kind of trick someone, like if I'm going to go that way, but come back, do something different. So go-to shots are very important for your dribbles because you can put on a specific animation. I personally just like going backwards. If somebody's pressing me hard, I need a second, I could just tap the right stick up and it's going to take a quick walk back, and then I can figure out what I want to do after. And that's key. So yeah, make sure you're using go-to shots as a very important way to play. We're gonna go ahead and bring back my buddy here, lock in for the game. So that's number one, and keep that in mind and practice this. It doesn't take a lot. Just hold the stick up and it's going to automatically go into the animations. It's not going to shoot it unless you hold down after. We're not here to worry about shooting. That's a different tutorial guide, strictly for dribbling. And now we're going to get into just the fundamentals, but I want to talk about how, like, for example, if I do my go-to move, I burst out of it, the speed boost, like full potential, isn't there yet. I'm still learning some things. I have some good stuff, but it's a work in progress, but you can definitely burst out of it. You can cancel at any time within the go-to shots, okay? That's very critical. One thing I want to talk about is movement. If you look on the left, talking about movement and sprinting, but this is just me alone with my left stick. Before I go into the signature size up, my left stick can do some movement. I mean, I literally can just do all of this silly stuff. There's nothing special and it's not necessarily good. But if I'm doing a combo that is working for me, you know, this is going to be a really good thing to add it into my dribbles. So see that right there, I did a half, but instead I went the opposite way. And we're not going to get into all of those moves, or specifically we're going to go into the signature size up. All right, you're standing still and you're flicking the stick in different directions. Okay, so this is the one I have on this character, just a couple created characters before the game release, and just kind of showing y'all how the dribble moves work. And that's the signature, and it's important to kind of use that to start up. If somebody's guarding you, maybe you're waiting for a pick and roll, you can start doing other things within it, but it's very critical to have that in your bag, kind of play with it. Don't be afraid. You know, this is about having fun, so make sure you do that. Figure it out for yourself, of course. But signature size up, very important, because then you can speed boost out of it, kind of lull somebody to sleep and then go. A lot of comp players use it as a key thing. There's the in and out. It's not very useful in my opinion, but towards the ball, up and right, and it basically gonna do a quick in and out right there. It's not something I use that much, but again, you can use it to kind of fake someone out like you're gonna drive, and then go the opposite way or the same way if you want. I want to talk about hesitations because they're going to be critical this year. It's probably the easiest thing you can do in the game. This one is just a regular hesitation. It's not that special. But if I do that and then I come over to the opposite side with a cross or something, I'm able to start up my dribble and get something going and show them. And I want to talk about the escape. This is the biggest one for the speed boost that I was talking about. So boom, all of that, it's going to help me move a little faster. Okay. So for example, if I do hold R2 and I flip the right stick towards the ball, boom, all of that movement was strictly from the move. I didn't use the left stick to move at all. So I'll do it again on this side. Perfect. Put it on this side. Perfect. So those are the type of things you want to focus on. Because from there, guess what? I can do a little cross this way, and I did a bad that one. But let's say I'm going this way, come this way, whatever I want to do, depending on my play style, make it work. A very critical one, in my opinion, this year. It's going to be very important. So lock in, lock in. All right. Now we're getting into the cross. This is literally standard. You're going to go up, left, or right, depending on where the ball is, the opposite side. Up, left, up, right. Of course, how you do this is up to you. You can just combo it, which is going to be the next one that we're going to do. Combo it a little bit and add other things in there. Very simple, very straightforward, nothing too crazy. The reason I'm showing all this is because I want you to learn the moves, and then we can go into speed boosting out of it, going the opposite way, whatever it takes to get it done. Right. So yeah, cross combos, figuring it out. Being able to do all types of different things. Of course, you want to have the best dribbles on for you to get space, but for sure. I want to talk about the breakdowns. Nothing too crazy. You just basically pick the stick up and it's going to do this breakdown. You can pick any of them. I don't use them pretty much that much, but I have this just a little side to side. That way I can speed boost out of it. Okay, I do like that. And as far as aggressive version, this is the one I'm using right now. If you like some of these dribbles, like you can literally break out of it at any point. This is why I like it. I'll go this way, I'm good to go. So just think about that and finding the best way you can use it for yourself. And so now we're going to talk about just flicking the stick between the legs, straight left or straight right, depending on where the ball handle is. Again, you're watching the left screen or you're watching my control as I do it. It's nothing too crazy, but again, this year, I want to try to use it and get out of there. So, okay, escape cross. This is where the game starts changing, folks. You're going to get a lot of movement. Okay, you're going to get a lot of space. And there it is right there. Boom. Boom. Okay, so you want to hit that. Then you can go into other things, of course, but this is going to be one of the go-to moves that I'm going to show y'all how to really break people's ankles. I've been breaking people's ankles in this game pretty much consistently, so I'm excited to get y'all some crazy go-to moves soon. And then, of course, behind the back, very simple version is down, left, or right, depending on where the ball is. So no turbo, just down right. I like this strictly for simple things. You know, when you do this, I like doing the half step. This and then the half step. Kind of just fool around. Different times as you go, you're kind of using it to get your speed boost. I personally like it. I know not everybody's a fan. It hasn't been as strong as in previous years, but you got to give it credit. Now, for the step backs, rocket science, folks. Just flick the stick back. This is my step back right now. I'm going to change it at some point. You can see just a little hop, nothing too crazy, but it's always nice to do. And then from there, you speed boost out of it, depending on what you're doing. Creating combos with all these together is what we're going to be talking about later. But today, we're focused on getting you prepped with the main moves. Again, you know all this stuff if you've been playing this long enough. So R2, this is the step back crossover, okay? I'm gonna move the right stick down. You can see I do a little hop back, It's a crossover at the same time. So double 2 moves in one. And so why is this important? Because I want to do this while going into something different. So do this, do a crossover, do this. There's all types of ways you can play this, and it's going to be very good if you do it. So simple stuff, R2, right stick down. Okay. Nothing complicated, folks. And y'all got to like practice each one of these separately to get them together. Okay. So for example, I'm going to do a spin, which is very simple, nothing too crazy again. Go ahead and do another spin, half spin. These are just simple moves. Half spin is basically move the ball towards the right stick towards the ball and then up and around. And that's a half spin. Half spin right there. The reason I like half spin is because you can do a full spin and then do another half spin after when you do that. And you're good to go and you could get going. There's tons of good stuff. This year, I wanted to talk about the L2. It's to protect the ball. And I really feel like y'all need to focus on this because there's so much chances to get the ball plucked this year from the bump steals, from the bumps, the plucks, but also just the physics that keeping it a little more realistic. So you can't just spam it. I'm not going to talk about these triple threats because guess what? The triple threats are its own video that I'm going to be doing. But I want to kind of get into a couple of quick things about this. So for example, you know, we have a video for go-to moves. This is pretty much the standard as far as holding R2 and then up right or up left, the opposite way of the ball. So I do this right here, I get that space. I can keep doing that, or I can just start adding something different in there. And I do it. Get that cross, do another cross, then go behind the back. Just kind of finesse it on what you feel is best. So personally, like things like this that you're seeing right here. Super fun way to play. And I'm super excited about this year. It's going to be a fun year, to say the least. So as you can see, I'm just kind of doing a little bit of half steps and then going into other things. It's going to be a good time. Personally, I do think that people are going to love the game in a lot of ways. There's some good things about it that should be interesting. So yes sir, yes sir. Make sure you lock in for more of this. We're going to do the official advanced guide. This is literally just a beginner guide to get you guys flow. What I want to state is that it does feel a little different, but it's pretty much the same as last year. As you can see, the dribble moves, some of it has gotten nerfed. For example, the behind the back was cheesy, but the way I do it is I use my hezzy into the behind the back. So hezzy, behind the back, hezzy, and then behind the back again if I wanted to keep doing it. And that's the way I like it. Boom, boom, boom. Here, 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 here. Just kind of create that type of basketball. Let's showcase it a little better here. Boom, boom. Depending on what you want to do, you're going to be able to spam pretty much every move, but you have to do an extra move to continue. So super good. It's going to be a fun year. Getting better, learning some new things, and sharing it with y'all as we go. I recorded a bunch of videos before the game released because I had early access and I wanted to get them all out. So we're putting out tons of content. So just come back, check stuff out. If you check this out, that means you want to get better and you're supporting the channel also. So I appreciate that. And we're going to continue to do giveaways and much more. So be locked in for that. Right? A new video should be popping out about speed boosting, Goto Shots, and Goto moves. Go check out all of that on the playlist. See you there.